I freaking called it.
What up, everybody? It's PJ here, and I'm here again with Excabandai.
What's up?
But weird week 6 in the NFL this week, so we're gonna talk about it as I play some Madden, and then we're gonna kind of preview the Packers Broncos game for week 7. So, all right, who do we got? Who do we have?
I cannot believe that, this is a tangent, but I can't believe that the Astros have won the last 3 games. I'm disappointed about it.
I know Carolina. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've even played Carolina once on any form of Madden this year.
Well, you're about to tonight.
Yeah, that should be interesting. See,
Ooh.
get the opening kickoff going. Just gonna let that bounce.
He was doing like a crab walk.
All I can think about is, crab rave and all that.
Demonetized.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, so starting off the week, we were recording last week's video during Thursday Night Football. Chiefs beat the Broncos 19-8. Honestly, Kelsey's still a beast. 9 catches, 124 yards. I remember seeing at one point ESPN and you have Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes up there hugging and celebrating and everything, but Kansas City's offense outside of Kelsey, though, just seems to be struggling a little bit. Butker.
Go
ahead.
I'll let you finish.
I was just gonna say Butker was killing me in fantasy. Yeah, I think he had
Conversely,
four
he was
field
helping
goals.
me in fantasy. I appreciated it, even though we were in different fantasy leagues, so it wasn't against you.
Yeah, that 60-yarder at one point, I watched that, and that's some big points in our other league. And I was like, well, that's not fun. I think he ended up with something like 18 points or something against me.
I mean, he had 10 points in our league, which is pretty high for our kickers.
Yeah. But
anyway,
yeah, so
you mentioned their offense was struggling, and I read a news article earlier today, and it mentioned that offense as a whole, league-wide, is down. And the general synopsis is offenses are doing the same things they've been doing for the last 15 years, and defenses know what they're doing.
Yeah, you hear about that every once in a while, too.
But it usually happens near the beginning of the season as well.
Yeah.
When defenses are more fresh.
Yeah, and you wear them out and get them near the end of the year a little bit more.
And then you have the Packers defense, who starts week 1 in week 16 form.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like that. Every once in a while you'll have the good game and stuff, and it's like, hey, maybe they're turning a corner, and then by the end of the year they're mid-pack, and that's about it. But yeah, I know in this one too, Denver, they were getting just kind of crushed a little bit. I don't think Russell Wilson even had 100 yards passing in this one.
If I remember correctly, he only had 85.
Yeah, so it's like 4 sacks, 3 turnovers. Just not a great night at the office for him.
No, not at all. Pretty bad.
Yeah. But with the loss, that was Kansas City moving to 5-1, Denver to 1-5. We'll talk about Denver a little bit more later since they're our opponent this week, Green Bay that is. And then Kansas City is going to be against the Chargers next. But you have anything else to add about the Thursday nighter on that one?
No, I mean, pretty much what you said. Offense is down as a whole, but Denver's offense is something special.
Yeah.
Especially terrible.
Something too. I didn't realize this until we were kind of looking over everything for this week. Spagnuolo, with the Chiefs and stuff, they're giving up less than 15 points per game and under 300 yards per game. as a defensive unit.
Yeah, which is
It's
I don't think he's had a consistent defensive unit like that in a long time.
yeah, like I haven't really
Like I know he's
followed
been a
him.
DC for a long time, but he got that head coaching job a long time ago because of his defense. And then his teams and their defenses since then have, they've been solid, but I don't remember them being anything like this until all of a sudden this season they're just shutting people down.
Yeah, so definitely a good start for Kansas City. It feels like a flip of the norm
Yeah.
where offense kind of carries and defense is good enough. This year, it's at least at the start, it's been a little bit different.
Yep. And just to follow up, Russell Wilson had 95 yards, only went 13 for 22.
Totally off topic. If I ever saw Kenny Clark hit that in a game, I'd start laughing so hard. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So then Sunday was the London game to start with, and like I said, pretty much at the start of last week's video. Oh man, I thought I had a pick. I did not wake up in time to see the start of that game at all. I think I got in at like the second quarter when it was already the 6-3, but basically the Justin Tucker show that game. 6 field goals overall, 5 of them being less than 40 yards because the Titans defense still clamps down in the red zone. So,
Yep.
I remember.
London games are weird. You can say it every single week. London
Yep,
games are weird.
locked up. But yeah, it was 18-3 Ravens at the half, and I pretty much had wrote off Tennessee at that point because they didn't really look like they were doing much. And then Caden Henry over there getting a touchdown, and Titans forcing a 3-and-out. And all of a sudden, I was like, well, maybe Tennessee will do something. But fortunately, Tannehill got injured, threw a pick. Ah, dang. Man, got me on that one.
Rip.
But yeah, so Baltimore ended up going to 4-2 with the win. Tennessee is 2-4. Baltimore's gonna have a tough challenge this week. They got Detroit at home, but coming back from London, I have a feeling that's gonna end up being a Lions victory, just partially due to all that travel. But Tennessee gets to rest up. They're
Yeah.
they're going to be on a bye week before they have to face Atlanta next. See if I can get a decent return here.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how well Baltimore plays against the Lions. But like you said, they're going to be partially jet lagged, traveling that far. Detroit does not have to travel very far.
Yeah.
Baltimore is not that far from Detroit. And Detroit's looking like one of the best teams in the league at the moment. They're a solid team who has looked solid, beating up on bad teams and winning against solid teams as well. So we'll see. But AFC North, playing those teams is weird.
Yeah.
You really never know what you're going to get out of any of them.
It's the box of chocolates from Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. But going into the 1 o'clock games, you had Washington rebounding from that loss to the Bears to knock off Atlanta 24-16. First thing about that game, I just want to say, Atlanta, make those red helmets your permanent helmets again. I love those so much. Like, it's one of my favorite helmets in the league. But for the Falcons, too, that was their first home loss of the season, and I believe that was their first home loss in the Ritter era over there. But in general,
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, in general, all 3 touchdowns for Washington came just on short fields. They had the 61-yard punt return that set up the first drive, a turnover on downs near midfield set up the second one, and then there was an INT, I believe, that set up the third one. That play didn't go
It's kind of
anywhere.
like their offense really didn't do well, but it took advantage of the opportunities that they got.
Yeah. And then I didn't realize this until we were looking up the stats for the game, but that 3-3 start for Washington is the best 6-game stretch, or 6 games to start the season for Washington since Riverboat Ron went over there.
it's got to be rough to be a Washington Commanders fan.
Yeah. Like, I guess
Dan Snyder's gone, so they got that going for him.
that's literally about what I was going to say there too. Is like at least Dan Snyder's not there. So, Campbell too. He ended up getting to the 100 sack club in this one. So congrats to him, even though didn't get the victory on the field. But as I mentioned, congratulations. But yeah, both teams 3-3. Washington's got the Giants next. Atlanta's got the Bucks next.
Well, those are interesting divisional matchups.
Yeah, should be a fun watch. I know Nick and them will be excited. I don't think that they could beat Atlanta, so we'll see. And then speaking of divisional matchups, we had the battle of the basement in the NFC North, Minnesota and Chicago. 19-13 Vikings win. Another one-score game for them, but no Justin Jefferson, and man, they did not move the ball for nothing without Jefferson there. They only got like 220 total yards against the Bears in that one.
Yeah, they struggled, and losing your by far best offensive weapon never helps, especially mid game because you can't game plan for it. He's already been put on injured reserve, so they're out from him, or he's out. Whatever. I know English. I know words. He's out for at least 4 weeks. But the few reports that I saw, it sounds like he's going to be very cautious with his recovery, which makes sense. Hamstring injuries can be brutal to recover from.
Yeah.
So, as a Viking hater, I'm glad that they're without a weapon. But I don't like to see great players, or really any player, lose time because of an injury.
Right.
If they want to be dumb and do something to get suspended, that's on them. But injuries suck. And depending on the injury, it can be career changing. I don't think this one is, but it still sucks. I thought you were going to throw the crosser going to the left, and I was like, what is he doing? And then the ball went to the right, and I was like, oh, man. That was a much better throw.
I tried to draw it more toward the left-hand side, and then hit him good there. Oh my god, a screen that worked.
And then you ran out of bounds.
Hey, I'll take it. But yeah, also too, Justin Fields ended up getting injured in this one with a dislocated thumb.
Yeah.
Their backup came in, and I'm not even gonna lie, I thought Nathan Peterman was still the backup. Apparently, he was demoted to third string, so I had no idea who that dude was. Are you kidding me?
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I remember seeing his name as the backup, and I was like, "Who's Badgett?"
Yeah, it was. I saw the name. I thought there was like some glitch or something going on the ESPN. And I was like, nope, he's the actual quarterback. But either way, Minnesota goes to 2-4 on that one. Chicago to 1-5. Let's see if I can get anything here.
We had 3 blockers on 1 defender.
Yeah.
You're lucky he didn't get more yardage.
Yeah. But the Bears end up taking on the Raiders next. And San Francisco and Minnesota is scheduled to be the Monday night game next week, so
that'll be interesting.
I still can't tackle.
Nope.
But then outside of the division, we had Seattle and Cincinnati in that one. Pretty close game, but just it looked weird. I didn't see really any of it. I was pretty happy at the start of that one though, with having Bengals players on fantasy rosters and stuff, because first 2 drives, 69 yards, 73-yard touchdown drives. Jamar Chase was at like 5 catches, 70-something yards right after that, and then pretty much nothing. Uh, Cincinnati's defense played well in that one. They got Geno Smith for 2 picks in the second half, and then I remembered seeing near the end of the game they got fourth down stops on back-to-back drives. But outside of that, Seattle finally starting to get a healthy secondary again. Ooh, whoa.
What an interception.
Yeah, I'll take that. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, you it got swatted straight to him. Get out of here.
Looks so weird.
No, no, no.
That's what I was thinking of, Matumbo. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Yep.
you had Musgrave.
Yeah, I was turned backwards. I was like, yeah, at this point, I'm just going to take it to half. So, yeah, that sucked. But Seattle goes to 3-2 with that loss. Cincinnati's back up to 500 at 3-3 also. They're going into a bye week, whereas Seattle's got to play Arizona next. And then the first big upset of the day, what about the Browns? My in-laws were definitely happy about that one. 17-19 over the 49ers.
There's your kiss of death with our.
Yeah,
There's no reason that they should lose to the Browns.
You're welcome, everybody.
And yeah, everyone that's a 49er hater, you're welcome.
But yeah, I remember seeing PJ Walker was going to be playing, and I was like, man, this isn't going to be good. But the Browns defense continued to be pretty beastly. I saw a stat that they've given up the third fewest yards in the first 5 games of the season since 1970. Only I think it was the 71 Vikings and the 71 Colts and the 1970 Vikings have given up fewer. But also didn't hurt either that San Francisco ended up losing both Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey in the game. But even
yeah,
then,
I mean, the first drive, Christian McCaffrey pretty much owned it and got a touchdown, and then got hurt not long after that, and their entire offense died. And then I want to say Deebo went out after McCaffrey. I don't quite remember the timing of the injuries, but they both went out, and the offense just died.
Yeah, Purdy didn't even complete 50% of his passes in this one, but even with that, they had a chance to win it right at the end. He got them into a field goal range only for Jake Moody to push that 41-yarder wide right. And with that, that was the end of the regular season win streak for San Francisco at 15 games.
Which is also insane.
Yeah.
Even if it spans across seasons, that's a long time to win games in a row.
Yeah, it's tough, but they did it up until this week. So San Fran's over at 5-1 now. Cleveland went up to 3-2. As mentioned before, San Fran's playing Minnesota on the Monday Nighter coming up, whereas Cleveland's got the Colts next. That's how back
That
again. So.
Could be interesting. Maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, especially if they get Jonathan Taylor and everything going. It'll be interesting to see if they can do anything against that run defense.
Jonathan Taylor fantasy owner, I would very much like it for them to get him going.
But next game was Houston over New Orleans, 20-13. Let me knock that down real quick. I don't really have too much to add to this one because I didn't get to follow it too much. I saw Stroud's streak is over, but overall it looked like he didn't really do anything to give away the game. And then, with the win, Houston's already matched their win total from last season. But
which no one expected.
Yeah. A little bit I did see was I started to say Houston, New Orleans. This dude's pretty beastly with the Panthers here. But
maybe they should play better defense.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, it looked
Stop
like
Joe burying it.
Yeah, I saw that the New Orleans kept getting down to the Houston inside their 30-yard line for four consecutive possessions, and they settled for a field goal, a missed 29-yarder. They turned it over on downs. Damn it.
Still can't tackle.
Nope. And then they threw an interception. So With that, both teams had went to 3-3 on the season, and then Jacksonville went into New Orleans, which we'll talk about for the Thursday night game for Week 7. Whereas the Chargers again are going to be playing the Chargers. Whoops.
Sir?
Houston. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember who Houston has next. I wrote that down as the Chargers.
Yeah, because you put Chargers. Chargers KC. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. They're on a bye. So they have nobody.
Maybe that's why I forgot to update that then. But yeah, so
Yeah,
Houston,
you were just like red and blue, Chargers, Chiefs. Okay.
Yeah, it's like good enough. But Jacksonville took over the Colts 37-20. I know Joe was probably not too happy with that one, but that's 9 in a row for the Colts losing down there in Jacksonville. And then
playing in the Florida conditions, even when it's not, as hot as some demonetizable things. It's hard to play in Florida, for opposing teams, especially if they're from the north. It's just different.
I'm gonna be honest. As a Floridian, it's hard to live here sometimes. It's hot as balls half the time. And humidity everywhere.
Yep. And that's why it's devastating for northern teams.
Yep. But Minshew mania on that one, unfortunately with Anthony Richardson getting injured, he's out apparently for the season. Minshew ends up throwing 3 picks in the game, and honestly, I don't remember them really doing much until it was like 31-6. So Jacksonville pretty much had it wrapped up by that point. And then I think they got a couple touchdowns late or whatever. So Indy goes down to 3-3. Jacksonville went to 4-2 with that one. And mentioned before, the Browns come into Indianapolis next, and we'll talk about the Thursday night game here in a second. I'm going to try to get a playoff before the end of the third quarter here and see if I can hit Musgrave over here.
Oh, he's wide open.
Yeah, he got open, and I saw whoever the circle route was up at the top. Was it Dobbs?
Dubs.
We're going to call him Dubs because he gets some
But you
wins.
didn't throw it.
No, because he had a safety start dropping back, so I was like, I don't know if I can get it over the top. But
well, if you had thrown it to Musgrave sooner, you would have had a first down.
Yeah, more than likely. Then to close off the 1 o'clock games, you had Miami just, they struggled for a quarter, but after that, it was all Dolphins.
All Dolphins.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, still a beast. 6 catches, 163 yards, touchdown. I saw he's the first player in NFL history to have 150 receiving yards at least 4 times in the first 6 games. So he's at 814 receiving yards so far. Do you think he'll get to the 2,000 mark that he was shooting for this season?
I mean, he's certainly on pace. Certainly on pace to rush that number, really. Will he get it? The 2,000-yard receiving season is rare for a reason.
Yep. Extra game does
help.
They
have a lot of weapons. The extra game does help, for sure. But they have a lot of weapons in Miami, and I wouldn't be surprised if teams start to tighten up more. And you go, well, how do you tighten up on speed? I don't know. That's why I'm not a defensive coordinator.
Get faster guys, obviously.
Yeah, we'll just sign some guys off the street. It's only speed that matters.
That sounds like the Raiders' strategy for drafting back in the early 2000s.
I think that he has a good chance to get it, assuming that he doesn't get suspended or injured, because those will almost assuredly derail it. But it's going to be close. I mean, he's got to average. Well, what is he at? Like 130 yards a game?
Yeah, it's like 120,
140
130,
yards a
something
game,
like that.
somewhere in there. Yeah, that's a high average to keep up for an entire season. Not that it can't be done, but it's going to be tough.
But, yeah, I think just, you know, just until I actually see it done again, because I think we've had one 2,000-yard season. I really don't remember, to be honest. But it's such a hard number to actually visualize that I don't think he'll get there. I think something will happen that causes him not to get there. But I'm interested to see if he actually makes it or not. But yeah, so with that loss, Carolina's down to 0-6 now in the year, going into their bye week. And then we have Miami at Philly, which is going to be a good game this upcoming week. So it'll be interested to see who wins that one. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Right, that was a computer on that one. Then the 4 o'clock games.
You miss.
Shut up. 4 o'clock games, you had Vegas and the Patriots. Vegas ends up winning 21-17. I guess what you could say is that's better than the 3 points New England had the previous 2 weeks combined. They actually had a chance to win that one. At one point, they were down 19-17 with the ball, and damn.
Just to throw this out there for the 2,000-yard receiving season, it's never been done in the regular season. Cooper Kupp is the only receiver to have one, but that included his postseason yardage.
Gotcha. So
he
that's
did have 1,947 regular season yards, but he didn't reach it without the postseason games.
Gotcha. That makes sense now. I kind of remembered a 2,000-yard, but I couldn't remember if it was
it was him. 2021 the first season or the last season with the new 16-17 game schedules?
I think 21 was the last season.
So Kupp did 1,947 yards in 16 games. In the current season format, he would have broken it. But that's irrelevant. Technically, he didn't.
See if I can get a stop here. I'm going to need one.
Ooh.
Well,
oh, there's a flag. What's the flag?
Illegal contact.
Are you serious? On the safety?
Yeah, because I was controlling him trying to get over to the running back, and apparently I bumped the wide receiver just enough to draw that penalty.
Come on.
Yeah, I hate that so much. Finally get a good play on defense.
This is why I always play one of the people rushing.
See if I can stop a run play potentially. He's smart. He didn't give up the, or he didn't get in the end zone right away.
That's true, but he also didn't stop the clock.
Yeah, that would have been.
He did stop the clock. I mean,
it would have been more ideal for him if he didn't do that, but. I'm gonna have to burn up the timeouts here.
Burn up them timeouts.
Yeah. But yeah, so in that Raiders-Patriots game, I started to say it was 19-17. Patriots had the ball, chance to win, and safety. Damn it. So they had I think they had Parker that had the big drop, and they had to delay a game that led to that 3rd and 15 from their own forward, which ended up leading to that safety. And also, kind of a weird fun fact was that safety put the Raiders at, above 20 points for the first time all season, despite now being 3-3. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I was like, it's been tough on offense for them, but they're still getting some wins right now. But that is Jimmy G also got injured. I think I saw he was ruled out. So they had
Yes.
Hoyer. They had
They've already
Hoyer.
said,
Hoyer
they
starting and
said
everything.
today
So
that Hoyer will be starting.
Hoyer the Destroyer. But he went 6 of 10 for 102 yards in that one as a replacement. So the last time the Patriots went 1-5 from some stat I saw was when Vinatieri was still kicking for South Dakota State.
Wow.
So it's been a while since New England fans have had to deal with this. I'm just glad that wasn't a pick.
I'm trying to figure out why Watson just cut inside real quick at the last second.
I took an over control trying to, get to him, but I tried to do an aggressive jump and it didn't do, or aggressive catch, excuse me, it didn't really do anything. Oh, good play, got out of bounds.
Yeah, it's not bad. Nice chunk play.
But, so New England's got Buffalo, so their suffering will likely continue this week. And then, as mentioned before, the Raiders have the Bears next. So then we also had the Lions take on the Bucks, and that one was... Whoop. Damn.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong button trying to throw it away. Trying to think of even what I could call here to make some of this work. Gotta get 70 yards in 55 seconds. That ain't looking too good right now. Especially not looking good when your inside of your line gets destroyed like that.
You also stepped up into the sack.
Yeah. Guess we're going Burt's last couple plays. I thought I was going to go all the way. But... yeah, so here comes the disappointing ending of this one. Jones, you might as well get running out there too.
Jesus.
Well, I said it would be disappointing, but damn.
You got throw center.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucked. My play calling sucked that game too. 22-8 on the balance. Okay then. So
that's what you get for throwing an interception.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, so the Lions end up beating up the Bucks 20-6. Similar to the Falcons' red helmets, I want the creamsicles back permanently for Tampa, even if that will never happen. Bucks ultimately didn't really get anything going on the day. They only got about 250 yards total, and I think most of that was near the end when it was pretty much sealed up anyways. So, about the one thing that you could take away from that was negative for the Lions is Montgomery's injury. So it looks like he's going to be out, but I guess Gibbs is back and practicing, so it seems like he'll be playing this week. But yeah, it's Lions 5-1, still scary. Tampa 3-2, so we had mentioned before, the Lions are going to be playing the Ravens next, and the Falcons are going to be playing the Bucks. Well, the last one sucked. Should probably, pay attention this time a little bit. But, anyways,
Get good.
yeah, that was.
Don't be sorry. Do better.
Okay. But yeah, so Cardinals Rams. Rams end up winning that one 26-9, but it was a 9-6 game and a half for the Cardinals, and it looked like it could have been worse. But Rams defense got stuck on the field for the entire half. It seemed like they had the special team turnover that led to the field goal only, a fourth down stop, all that to kind of keep it close. But then the second half happened, and the Rams defense pitched a shutout. And they also, on offense, decided to just run it down the Cardinals' throats. So I think Williams finished with like 20 carries for almost 160 yards. I think like 150 of those were in the second half alone. Unfortunately for them, he ended up getting injured in that one, so I don't know if he'll be playing this week or not. But for Cardinals fans,
he was listed as doubtful.
Okay.
Might even be out.
Yeah, so
depends on how they do the injury report.
Yeah, so if he was doubtful, it's probably unlikely. So I think that's Miles Gaskin and Royce Freeman that are the third string running backs. Because I want to say Ronnie Rivers for them is out too or something. As we get the Saints here, so get to deal
he's
with,
officially out now.
Okay. But, yeah, so for the Cardinals, at least Kyler Murray's been brought back from the physically unable to perform list. And I saw Buda Baker was practicing again, so something nice to go into this 1-5 start for them. So we'll see if they can they can get a couple wins here. They got Seattle up next, and then the Rams are 3-3 now, and they got Pittsburgh next. So I think they have a decent chance to go do 4-3, but we'll see.
They could.
And then wait, what the hell? Is my stuff glitched? Yeah. When I looked down at the bottom, it had the little Packer logo, but it was showing like the offensive formation. I'm like, I hope that's not, I'm not playing as the Saints randomly.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. But, anyways, so up next, Philly and the Jets.
I freaking called it.
You doubted me.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I didn't see the Jets pulling that one off with Zach Wilson over there. So, but
well, get owned.
Yeah, I think I had the Eagles losing this week to Miami as their first loss. So, was what it was. But Philly was 12-0 all time against the Jets going into that game, and any given Sunday, Jake Elliott missed a couple field goals for him. I want to say Lane Johnson was the one that suffered the right ankle injury. And then just turnover after turnover after turnover. I want to say Hurts had 3 picks. They had the fumble loss, if I remember correctly. Yep. And, second half. Yeah, second half, Jets pitched a shutout. So, shout out to them. Speaking of turnovers.
Sweet.
Campbell,
but yeah, I mean that Jets defense is legit.
Yeah, it's. I'm just glad we don't face them this year. Last year was already bad enough.
Yeah. Given the way our offense played last couple weeks, it would not be pretty to watch at all.
Yeah, that's a.
Like, okay, drive one's done, and I'm turning the game off.
Yeah, that was a good way for the Jets to go into their bye week. And, Philly, we'll see how they do against Miami. So that's going to be the Sunday night game this week. And then, speaking of Sunday night games and all the upsets, can't believe I actually believed in the Giants there at the end. 14-9 win for the Bills. Giants were 14-point dogs going into that game and missing guys like Daniel Jones, but I saw a stat going in that one, which made me think that maybe the Giants had a little bit more of a shot than I thought. The teams, let me see, it was the teams that were coming back from London without a bye week had been 11 for 11 going into it, and going into the fourth quarter of the following game, where they were trailing or tied in the fourth quarter the following week.
What a random stat.
Yeah, so it was, and then obviously this week with how the game went, now it's 12 for 12 because the Bills were down 6-0 as they started the fourth quarter. Although, you know, to be fair, they took the lead right on the first play of the fourth quarter, so that was what it was. But could have been even worse. The Giants had that audible into a run play right before the end of the first half, and then they didn't have any timeouts, so they didn't score at all. But
yeah, that was just terrible. I don't know what they were doing. They don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing now?" And then I was like, "Well, they done did it." So here we are. But you know, also too, hope Damian Harris is all right. I saw he had the neck injury in that game. I saw he's out of the hospital now, and I think he's still in concussion protocol. So, woo, J Love.
That was a slippery touchdown. Yeah, the Giants played much better overall than I expected, and they should have had a chance at the end because that was definitely, illegal contact, pass interference, whatever you want to call it, in the end zone. But
Yep.
refs didn't call it twice, back to back.
Yep, and I was all right with the play call. Just I hated the fact that they didn't get it with the, it looked pretty much like DPI, but it is what it is. Like you said, they rarely call
it
that
was
one twice.
definitely one of those penalties.
Yeah. And then that ultimately led to the Giants being 1-5 now in the season. This man's going to 3 tight end sets, so let me set this up. Bills are 4-2. Giants welcome Washington next week, and Buffalo's got the Patriots. So then the last game for Week 6 was the Monday Nighter. Dallas and the Chargers, 20-17 game. Pretty sloppy, not gonna lie. I saw. Damn.
Bruh, what is you doing?
Flopping with Ford, apparently. Damn. But, yeah, 20 penalty game on that one. Cowboys had 11 Saints. The Chargers had 9 of them, so he's actually going for 2 on this one. But I thought, at the start of that one that this was going to be, Chargers all day. Cowboys went 3 and out. Damn. I didn't know if you got a second foot in or not. Michael Thomas killing me. And then the, onside.
Very aggressive.
Yeah. Too aggressive.
Ooh.
Got scary there.
I got sketchy.
I hate the fact that, like, the audible system is still broken on Madden. So, like, if you realize that they're doing onside kick, you can't audible into an onside kick. Like, recovery formation.
Yeah.
This guy's been pretty good against the run so far, so I don't know. I'll have to mix it up a little bit.
I think there's a play action in your future.
Yeah. Oh, maybe now. But yeah, so
I mean, he bit hard with that safety to cover the run.
I'm gonna shift to the run temporarily, see what we got. Got nothing. I'm on their 46. If I do a halfback screen, maybe. He's been a little bit aggressive.
Very aggressive.
First down.
Well, you got a first down.
Yeah, good way to end a quarter right there. But yeah, so with the Cowboys, credit to them, after falling down 7-0, they came right back, got a 75-yard drive, got their own touchdown, and I got scared for Dak, even looking at him. I thought he was going to bobble the ball completely out for a fumble on that fourth down, and ended up holding it in all the way to the last second on the the read option, and pulled it in for the touchdown run. So, and then it was pretty much nothing for the rest of the first half. I think they combined for one Cowboys field goal, so it was 10-7 at halftime. And then late in the game, it was 20-17. The Cowboys had just taken the lead off a field goal, and Chargers basically went nowhere. Herbert ended up throwing the pick to Stephon Gilmore, and never happy seeing the Cowboys get a victory because I'm a hater. But
Nope.
at least we also got to see that one viral Chargers fan this week who just going wild in that game. So that was pretty fun. And that put the Cowboys at 4-2 on the season going into their bye week. Chargers are 2-3 right now, I believe, going into Kansas City. So that was it for week 6. But like we said before, we usually record these videos on Thursdays. This one we happen to be recording on a Friday, so we got to see the Thursday night game already for week 7, which was Jacksonville and New Orleans. So Jacksonville ended up winning that one 31-24. Shout out to the Jags O-line. I didn't even know if Trevor Lawrence was going to be playing in this one, and not only did they not give up the sack, I don't even think they gave up a quarterback hit during that entire game. And then, ETN, he was over there just balling out at the start. I think he got 2 touchdowns in the game total. But Saints came back, 15 points down to tie it back up. Then Christian Kirk got a touchdown for him, and I thought the Saints might tie it up or even get the touchdown and go for 2 potentially. And they had Morrow, the tight end. Jordan Love, baby. Scrambling machine. But he ended up having that terrible drop in the end zone, which I know he had to be feeling sick about.
Yeah, especially when they didn't convert on the next play and the game was over.
Yep. So overall, Jags moved to 5-2. The Saints are 3-4 now. Jags are surprisingly looking good. Like, I realized they were 5-2 and leading the division and all that. I didn't realize until I was looking up Big Cat Country's stuff about the game. They're 13-5 in their last 18, including the playoffs. Like, way better than I realized.
Yeah, they came on strong at the end of last year. They just had such a big hole at the beginning of last year.
Yeah, so, shout out to the Jaguars. It seems like they got something going there. I know, I doubt he's watching, but Brandon that I used to work with, he was like the one Jaguars fan I ever knew, so this is probably like heaven on earth for him, seeing the Jags actually doing so well. But, yeah, so let me see if I can get a stop here real quick.
Oh, thought you had it.
I did too.
Well, you did have it, but you dropped it.
Damn, that's tough. But, so yeah, so this week Packers got the Denver Broncos. Green Bay was 2-point favorites to open up the betting spread when I saw that this week. But Denver was looking for their first home win of the year, and based off the injury report, I know we joked that you don't really lose a bye week, but man, it sure as hell felt like Green Bay did.
Bye week was rough for us.
Yeah, we haven't played a game since October 9th, and yet we have 10 people still on the injured list as of today. I saw Campbell's doubtful. Jair Alexander got added during the week with a back injury, flare up again. Did he catch that? He did, but he's short. He also didn't practice on Friday. Jenkins on O-line, knee injury. He's not practicing. Damn.
Rough.
Yeah. Aaron Jones looks like he'll be back, but still questionable. Hamstring. Same deal with Quay Walker, except a knee injury, and Savage had the calf injury. So, despite all those injuries, I still feel pretty decent about this one. They don't have Randy Gregory. They don't have Frank Clark over on that side. So, honestly, I'm not really sure. It's not like Max Crosby last week, where it's going to cause a lot of or 2 weeks ago now, I guess, but there's not going to be, one person single-handedly wrecking our offense. I don't really see where they're going to have that person hurting us. But
Yeah.
The Broncos' run defense in general hasn't been great. They may be last in the league at this point. I don't know after this past week or not if they're dead last or not, but I would like to see us run the ball, whether it's Aaron Jones in a return or we get AJ Dillon going or
Well, they did
you know,
actually run with AJ Dillon last time, and he did okay. Just gonna screen you to death.
pretty much. It feels like it's like 3 screens and then a deep ball or something, but so far he hasn't. Alright. But, yeah, so with them struggling so much against run, I would love to see Green Bay kind of get the run game going and then start mixing in some play action, make it a little bit easier for Jordan Love. It would be nice to see.
It'd be nice. Yeah.
It'd be nice to see Musgrave, breaking free on play actions and stuff this week. That's terrible.
Yep.
I was trying to make adjustments before that play, and I didn't get to him. He got the snap off kind of quick. But yeah, on the flip side, Denver's offense, they've been probably about average on the passing game. I feel like they'll probably end up needing to do some running offense to try to get anything going, but unfortunately for us, our run defense is not, the absolute greatest. Damn, he absolutely destroyed me on that route. I tried to jump the slants.
You probably should change your defense.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm not really expecting Denver to get like another 200-yard rusher like Green Bay was popping off earlier this year, but I still think, they might have a little bit of success against us there, and then hopefully, we'll be able to shut it down enough and get a victory. But what are you thinking on this one, Zach?
I'm thinking that if we lose to Denver, we're going to be in a bad spot.
Yeah, it definitely feels like
I
that.
agree with the points. Yeah, I agree with the points that you said. I don't know what play that was.
It's supposed to be it's supposed to be a cross over the middle, and then like I got sacked before I could get the receiver clear.
Well, you stepped up into the sack. Yeah, I mean the offense, they need to get something clicking. I think last week was Love's best completion percentage game, or maybe it was the Lions game. He had his highest completion percentage, but it's like his worst performance. So like they need to get something worked out, figured out, whatever. The run game needs to be involved more deliberately. The defense needs to just be consistent, and bend but don't break isn't working when the teams are happily taking whatever you give them. So I'm hopeful. We are playing a relatively mediocre team. Statistically, we're about the same. Their defense is a little worse than ours on yards given up per game, but our offense is a little worse on yards per game. I hope we do well. I think I can even accept a loss if the team looks like they did well after the bye, like they actually practiced something and are making strides towards something better. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, ultimately, Denver has not been a very welcoming place for Green Bay. We're only 1-6 all time over there. The win being that Monday nighter where Favre found Jennings on the first play of overtime.
Yep.
So it's been a hot minute since we won there. Any predictions on this one?
Last time I gave predictions, they were horribly, horribly wrong. Given the way that both teams have played, I expect it to be close. I'm not confident enough to say that we're going to win by a lot. I'm thinking something like 18-14. It doesn't feel like a very high scoring game. 17-14, something like that.
Damn.
Obviously, I root that we win, so that's who I choose to have the 17 or 18. But I'm not confident in that prediction. We've just been so like hit or miss week to week, even drive to drive. Like I don't know what to expect out of them, especially when we got beaten up on the bye week.
Yeah, it's like, how do you go into the bye week and get out of it with even more injuries on the list?
That's not pass interference.
I feel so cheesed right this second. Meanwhile, I get like illegal contact anytime I even like sneeze on the defender as I run by him.
Yep.
Just gonna take over Slayton Jr. and see if I can stop him up the middle if he runs it. Nope.
Nope. Crosser was wide open, so it didn't matter.
Yep. What the hell? Why is the coach on the field?
Because this game hates you.
Yeah. Well, congrats to this guy Reaper. He
Reaper boy.
I'm going to concede that one. That sucks.
Yeah, that game's over.
Alright, who can I rebound against? Because, good God, I'm not ending on that loss like I did. And
Ooh.
Philly. Yeah. You know, just a team that we were just talking about, 5-1. But, I mean, as long as if I start running the ball to start with, what the heck is going on with the Eagles helmets here?
I don't know. It's almost like their throwback jersey, but the rest of their jersey doesn't look like their throwback jersey.
Yeah. Interesting. It looks like solid white helmets on my end, like something didn't load properly.
Maybe.
But, I don't know. Yeah, if I actually focus on this one, you know, normally what I try to do is I try to run the ball, especially against teams that are better overall, like the Eagles here. And then, you know, hopefully kind of get one turnover on the opposite side and just kind of go from there. So, got 7-on-7 right now in the box. Not much, but 3 yards is 3 yards. I don't think this is going to work as well. Let's see. I'm going to try to do a little flanker drive here. Dobbs, I think, will pop open underneath. Oh, would have been alright, but I kept him down. Yeah, that helmet's jacked up. It's a white helmet with a red face mask. Yeah, that one was cover 4, so usually outs and post tend to make it harder for the defense, and digs work too, but I did a drag route, so it didn't really work too well for him. I haven't played well the first 2 games. I might as well go for this, see if I can redeem myself a little. There we go.
Come on, set, black, 95.
41's coming, 41's the mic. Hey, pick your game up. Kill. Turn it up.
10 cycles. Let's go.
Boop. Let's go.
Touchdown, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Naturally, Zach stepped away just in time for me to actually have a good offensive series.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
The silence is deafening.
Hey, you missed me finally doing something on offense.
Maybe
just-
I do need to go leave then.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I hit Jalen Reed for the deep ball touchdown. They just forgot to cover him.
Nice.
Yeah, since we're recording this and everything, I don't know if you saw the Diamondbacks actually tied it up with the Phillies.
Interesting.
Yeah, they won 6-5 tonight. So 2-2 series. Any baseball predictions for the rest of the playoffs?
Unfortunately, Houston has momentum. They're probably gonna. The way it's going anyway, it looks like they're gonna win that series. And Arizona beat the Milwaukee Brewers, so they're gonna win their series, and it'll be a Arizona Houston final.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Like, being a Brewers fan is pain. For those that don't know the stat, anytime Milwaukee makes the playoffs, whoever they get eliminated by has at least made the World Series afterwards. So the Diamondbacks were the ones that eliminated the Brewers this year, so naturally, that's why we're saying that they're going to knock off the Phillies. But yeah, I think just Houston's carrying momentum. It's hard to stop that.
They were down 2-0, and they won the last 3.
So yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they won the AL again. and then we'll see who comes out of the NL. I think, like, if you would have told me, like, seriously, I would have probably said the Phillies, but woo, boy, run Nixon, run.
What a pick.
Yeah, it was. Just keep running. Let's go.
Nice.
Finally. I always hate when I actually hit it perfectly accurate, because then I absolutely botch up the timing from being normally inaccurate. But, yeah, so
Try
I
to
know
get around the corner.
yeah, I know we talked a little bit about the games this upcoming week, as we were mentioning the different who does everybody have next. But outside of the Packers game, obviously, and then the Sunday nighter with Miami and Philly, any games you're excited about this week?
I'd really like to give the Lions a kiss of death against the Ravens.
Am I watching Lane Johnson running on my screen? Yeah, you know what? They've been looking like Super Bowl contenders. Maybe the best team
Formidable.
in football.
Maybe. Wow.
Give me that.
That's
know
a
what?
chop block.
We take those around here.
Wow. What a return.
Whew. Where was this the last two games? What the hell did I just call? I chose the entirely wrong play, so we are not going to do that. We are going to play it safe and just
It's
run
okay.
the ball.
It's just the Eagles versus the Jets. Jalen Hurts.
It seems like it. Goodness. I like this little white crow play. Like, I didn't think I would, and I started using it, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of nice. Because usually if they try to cover up the center on Musgrave, I'll have Kraft pop open. Well, as much as I hype
into the sack.
Yeah, as much as I hyped that play, I absolutely botched it. So, 3rd and 17. I'm just going to play it safe. Try to make it a 3-score game with a field goal. More if I get a screenshot that goes.
Fair.
But, yeah, I mean, I'd like... The Baltimore-Detroit game should be a good one. That'll be what I'd probably try to watch for the 1 o'clock bracket. Honestly, outside of that, it's kind of a weird football week. I don't really see like any super huge games. I'm like, yeah, I have to watch this one. I was not in control of Aaron Jones at the end there. He got hit and it was just over. Alright, 2-minute warning. Yeah, we'll probably pay attention to Cleveland, Indianapolis just because of my in-laws being Browns fans, but that one's going to be an interesting one. Like, it feels like the Browns can win, but I wouldn't be shocked coming off a high of beating San Francisco that they end up losing that one.
I wouldn't be shocked, but at the same time, like, their defense is actually good. And, the Colts are not exactly an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah, especially, Richardson's out now at quarterback, so Minshew's usually a pretty good backup quarterback, but he's going to be starting the rest of the way, so it's, how good is he going to show up? Is he going to be the guy that threw, 3 picks last week? Or is he going to be, sort of like how he was in Jacksonville for periods?
Yeah, he's a wild card.
Wild card, bitches! Yeehaw!
Yep, that's the one.
Oh,
The check down was wide open, and he got more yards by just running it with Hurts.
pretty much. All right. Like how I have Gary lined up so wide, he's out by the receivers on this one.
Man,
That
that's
tackle.
some prime Jair Alexander play.
I know. Holy crap.
That was interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a pick because I thought I was going to get to Campbell in time, and then it wasn't, so I was like, oh, well, there's a completion, and then somehow that ended up as a drop.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Gave too much cushion there.
Hey, Jason Witten, you.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, I do not miss playing Jason Witten at all. You needed 9 yards, he will get you 9.5. You needed 16 yards, he will get you 16.5.
Fourth
You
and
know.
27. You know what he'll get you.
3 yards. You know, I totally had blocked out the fact that he was a Raider that one year.
So did I.
I was doing the Immaculate Grid challenge, and I was like, trying to go back through old ones. I was like, man, who the hell was a Raiders Cowboys connection? And I was like, oh yeah. Blah.
Blah.
Blah. Coaching adjustments, let's go. Honestly, there's really not much I would change right there. Just gonna do cover 3 seam. Tell them to guess the pass play for once. Broke free with Kenny Clark only to get a second offensive lineman in me.
Whoa.
On me.
Naughty, naughty.
Yeah. that was bad. Alright, I'm playing
Just like
safety
that
next
defense.
drive. Good God. Hey, it looks like my walk when I get a little too much alcoholic beverages on me.
Will you walk straight into the goalpost?
That Vince McMahon strut right into stuff. Man, it's been a hot minute since I drank. The way our offense is going this year, though, I have a feeling it's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time and space and illusion. And 4 kickoff returns.
Man, I just want Nixon to break one here soon. We had so many good returns late last year, and this year it just seems like absolutely nothing. It's like we got that taste of actual successful special teams. Now I want it.
Yep. It was right there.
2-score game going in the half. I'll take it. Pull off an onside kick here. I did that to somebody on this once. They came out of halftime. I had like a 10-point lead like this. Hit an onside kick and actually recovered it. Watched them just like rage quit.
Rage.
I had a guy last night when I was playing on, just a couple bad games to kind of warm up for this video and make sure I've played like in the last couple days. I got an interception on him on his first drive. Only got 3 points out of it. I got a second interception on the second drive, and he just rage quit. Like, he was done. I was like, it's 3-0, my guy.
The interceptions on back-to-back drives.
Yep.
He's like, this is over. My life's done.
Yep, pretty much. It felt like that was that response, because I was like, man, what the heck? I was like, it's not that serious. I had the wrong guy, so I ended up taking Wyatt out from the D-line all the way into coverage.
I noticed that. It was an interesting decision.
Yeah, I was like, well, we're already here. Might as well stick with it. Trying to guard the center of the field with Walker here, see who pops. And naturally, I did too good of a job because he took off scrambling.
And then you ran away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do a nickel trap. Just gonna play safety.
Trap.
Wasn't my guy, but it worked out. 2 picks for Mr. Alexander over there.
Wish he'd do that in real life.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Not terrible. 7 yards on first down.
No. Not bad at all.
I like how it gave me the rushing yard stats first, right as I call a run play. I probably should have checked out of, but whatever.
Yeah, he blitzed hard and you got toasted.
Let's do I form. I don't like any of those for this play. Let's do the slot. Go ahead and do a double slants. I do not like this Sam I am.
Yep.
But it worked.
Got the first down, though. And that's what matters.
You know what, I just realized I have not put AJ Dillon in this video, like, even one time yet.
I mean, I'm sorry? I don't know what to tell you on that.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is go get you some Quadzilla.
No.
I mean, it's
Natural
for...
Quadzilla.
Yeah, like, it's for, but...
It could have been more. Alas.
Huh. I feel like this is gonna go horribly, horribly wrong, but let's see. Oh, shoot.
I mean, it would have been fine if you hit that throw button sooner.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was gonna be free or not, so I was like, eh, let's not turn it over.
Gotta throw with anticipation.
In real life, yes. In Madden, it feels like I get punished for doing it.
Well, you get punished when you don't do it, so.
True. Let's do the comebacks.
50 green.
Mike 17, Mike 17.
I'm gonna send Musgrave on a streak here and try to put them in a little bit of a issue.
Nice first down.
Yeah, it was funny too. Is like
I
saw
don't think
the,
that's what you intended, but
Nope.
it worked.
Yeah, not even a little bit. I was looking to the left side to see if I could get the tight end shooting upfield Musgrave, and if they would actually cover it or not. When they covered it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the right, and then he was just sitting there wide open. I was like, cool.
Another first down. Dink
First
and
goal.
dunk.
All right, Quadzilla.
Quadzilla!
Ready, set.
I want Boston College AJ Dillon right here. That was not Boston College AJ Dillon right there.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Do, 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 doom, doom, doom. And
I
the
mean-
game is over.
Hey, at least I got one dub. You. Doom. Well, I'll
That
take
was
it. That
bad,
was
and you should feel bad.
yeah, it was. You know what though? That was a weird spot for them to forfeit. I got all the way downfield. It's like second and goal. It's like, yeah, it's over.
Maybe they had to go to the bathroom.
Maybe, but you know what? It's a dub, so I'll take it. I just looked down on my Madden stats this year. I have usually 2 or 3 games per video, but I'll play outside of it. They actually put me back to 500 on the year for the Madden games, which, considering how I started when I hadn't played Madden for, 6, 7, or I think 6 years or whatever, and I started that stretch 1-7. I'll take 500 record again.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Yeah, but all right. Well, before we wrap it up, do you have anything you want to add for this week?
Go, Pack, go.
Hey, that's my line. But yeah. So
Our
like,
line.
fine. So yeah, like Zach said, go Pack go. We might have a little bit of a format change next week as far as timing. I think we're planning on trying to do the Madden video earlier if everything works out okay. So if that's the case, it'll probably be out Wednesday or Thursday. And then there will be a Rocket League video Saturday if everything works out okay. So just feel free to stay up to date. I'll have the social media links in the description so you can kind of see what's happening. But until then, go Pack go, and we will catch you next time. Please, for the love of God, beat Denver though.
Zero gravity keeps